Right now at 6, mineral leases terminated. The Minnesota DNR issues a major blow to Mesabi Metallics. We get reaction from Congressman Pete Stauber. Plus, customer tased in Superior. A 68-year-old woman is okay, and a robbery suspect is behind bars after a chase in the Twin Ports. And pups return to prison. A program is back up and running in Hermantown, providing inmates a new sense of purpose.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Half. Kristen Bakke has the night off. Major news on the Iron Range tonight, where the Minnesota DNR has terminated mineral leases for the Mesabi Metallics mining project. The DNR gave Mesabi a 20-day extended window to meet requirements for its project to build a taconite and pelletization facility in Nashwauk. The company needed to have $200 million in its operating account by May 1st or face termination. By May 5th, the company had not yet met that requirement. Mesabi Metallics instead has $100 million in its account, but cited pandemic-related issues for the delay in the other half of that money. So as of today, that requirement has still not yet been met. The DNR has since moved forward with the termination of those leases. Now, despite all of this, the president of Mesabi Metallics says he is confident that project will still move forward. CBS 3's Alexis Bass joins us now with the latest on this announcement. Alexis, just a week ago, the company hosted a thank you luncheon and seemed to be celebrating the project.
That's exactly right, Ryan. Earlier today, Larry Sutherland told us that's still the case, stressing they will do whatever it takes to complete the project. But it's unclear as to how after the DNR decided to terminate the company's mineral leases. The state agency said it will follow up with the company on next steps regarding any equipment that may need to be removed from the properties. Mesabi Metallics said the $850 million project will support nearly 1,000 construction jobs by next spring and add more than 300 long-term jobs once construction is finished. Today, Sutherland didn't seem deterred by the state's announcement.
We'll continue to work with the DNR on all opportunities here, but we are going to complete this facility and move it forward. We'll take any necessary actions to protect our interests here.
Sutherland says he has asked the DNR for a 48-hour extension to inject an additional $100 million into their operating accounts. However, that request was denied. Today's announcement is also a blow to the city of Nashwauk. The city has seen this project go on and off again for 14 years now. But there is a glimmer of hope as Cleveland Cliffs and U.S. Steel have expressed interest in taking the project over.
Alexis Bass reporting from our newsroom tonight. Alexis, thank you. Representative Pete Stauber has weighed in on today's lease termination just moments after that announcement. Here's what he told us.
We want to make sure that the Iron Range remains vibrant, and mining is a big part of it. It's our past, our present, our future, and I just we want to get through this and make sure that it happens. And my job from that federal level is make sure those federal permits go along with the project.
Congressman Stauber didn't elaborate on what he thinks might happen next with the project, given this lease termination. A man accused of using a taser to rob Twin Ports businesses is behind bars tonight. According to Superior Police, one of the robberies happened last night at the CVS pharmacy near North 28th Street and Tower Avenue. Police say the suspect robbed the store, then tased a 68-year-old woman, robbing her as well.
The electric weapon was used on a customer that was inside the store. She was shaken up at the time of the incident, but did not require any medical attention.
Officers later tracked down the suspect's car and eventually arrested him in Duluth after a pursuit across the Blotnick Bridge. Police say the suspect allegedly robbed another store in the Duluth area. Coming up tonight, Superior's mayor will deliver his State of the City address. Mayor Jim Payne is expected to largely address the ongoing pandemic and how it's impacted Superior and what it will look like moving forward. Other topics on tap include investments in the city's police and fire departments, addressing discrimination and calls for racial justice within the community, and improvements to infrastructure. Mayor Payne's address starts at 7 p.m. at the Cedar Lounge in Superior. We'll have the latest coming up on the CBS 3 News at 10. Staying in Wisconsin, the DNR wants to make sure everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend out on the water. As part of National Safe Boating Week, DNR officials remind us to always practice safe boating. The DNR says so far this year, there have already been 6 boating fatalities. So they say the most important thing is to always have a life jacket with you. Experts stress 80% of all boating-related fatalities are due to drowning. Another thing to always be aware of is changing and dangerous weather conditions.
Get your life jacket on if you're not already wearing it. Small bodies of water, get off the water, find a safe harbor, find a safe dock. And absolutely worst case scenario is anchor the boat and ride it out.
The DNR also stresses the importance of driver inexperience. They say you should take an online boating safety class before hitting the water and not drink as the captain of the boat. Here with meteorologist Dave Anderson. Dave, how is our Memorial Day weekend looking like for those boaters out there?
Well, you know, it's not going to be bitterly cold, but it will be cooler than normal to start. Maybe we'll finish a hair warmer than normal, and in between, maybe 1 or 2 chances for a little bit of precipitation. First thing we need to talk about, though, is a big chill down that's going to deliver us a freeze warning tomorrow morning for Minnesota and Wisconsin, and a frost advisory to the Upper Peninsula. Some low temps could get down as cold as 20 degrees. Talking about precip chances, well, a low pressure system is bubbling just under our region. Higher pressure coming in from the north is keeping the precip at bay, but the clouds are spilling in aloft, so it should be a cloudy night tonight, but cold down here on the ground. How cold? Well, here in the Twin Ports, I think we'll drop to about 32 degrees, and here in Duluth and Superior, we're part of the freeze warning as well. Again, towards International Falls, it may drop down towards 20. It'll warm up to 55 tomorrow with sunshine returning, but the normal is 67. So that's a sign we'll be rebuilding, but it'll be a slow process. I'll tell us more about what's going on, though, as far as temperatures go for Memorial Day itself, just a few more minutes down the line.
Thank you, Dave. Tonight, we are taking a look at a life-changing program for prison inmates, all thanks to some young pups. CBS 3's Abigail Smith tells us how Can Do Canines is helping turn those lives around.
A special delivery destined for a prison. These golden retriever puppies made a pit stop to greet our cameras Thursday before heading to the federal prison camp in Hermantown to resume a prison program with Can Do Canines. Prison program coordinator Katie McGill says the program is a win-win.
It's a win-win. It's a win for us because there's these handlers that have some time and they can put some energy into puppies, and it's a win for them because they get to have these puppies come in and not judge them, just give them this unconditional love and attention, and they can put all their heart and soul into this.
The nonprofit organization taps inmates to help wean 5 to 10-week-old puppies from their mother and provide them with love, support, and basic behavioral skills. The program was on pause last year due to the pandemic. Emily Spurgeon, adoption manager at Animal Allies in Duluth, says that it's no secret that dogs have a positive effect on mental and emotional health.
Dogs can also be professionally trained and be helpers in that way too, give them a job and everything. I think it greatly increases just your quality of life.
Inmates have described their experiences with the program as having changed their lives, helping them establish a newfound sense of purpose and become more compassionate and responsible.
It just brings this whole new atmosphere to the prison. So it's really a special program that way. And we see it in all our programs, but with these puppies, it's really something special.
As for the puppies, their next pit stop, back to the Twin Cities, where they'll be placed in a volunteer's home.
Very cute. The nonprofit works with 7 different prisons and camps in both Minnesota and Wisconsin. This is also Can Do Canines' 30th year in operation. Up in Ely, Minnesota, the school district broke ground on a big project today. The $20 million project includes a new industrial arts facility, along with a new gym, common areas, and cafeteria. It will also connect buildings, making them safe and secure for those students and staff. The school board chairman called it a dream come true for that community.
All of our buildings are over 100 years, and there's a lot of work that has to be done, and this project, this $20 million project, is going to give us that opportunity to take care of some of our building deficiencies.
Ely voters did pass a $10 million bond referendum to fund that new facility. Starting tomorrow, 100,000 Minnesotans will be able to pick a prize just for getting vaccinated. Governor Tim Walz announced the Your Shot to Summer incentive program today. Starting tomorrow, the first 100,000 Minnesotans to get their vaccine can choose any of these prizes. They include 2 Northland-specific options in the Great Lakes Aquarium and the Northwoods Baseball League. Governor Walz says they tailored these prizes to the things Minnesotans enjoy.
We do want to encourage people to get out there. We hope that these are lifelong This might be some people's first fishing license. We hope they buy one every year after that.
Federal COVID relief money is paying for this incentive program, which runs through June 30th. The First Lady was in Michigan today promoting the government's Vaccines Safe program, which is trying to combat vaccine hesitancy. During her visit, Dr. Jill Biden toured the vaccination clinic at the Grand Rapids Community College, highlighting the partnership between federal retail pharmacy partners and community colleges. The First Lady said if you still have questions about the vaccine, you should talk to a trusted medical professional.
I know that many of you who are maybe watching this, you might still have questions. But talk to the people you trust, and they will tell you that the studies are clear. The vaccine is safe and effective, and it saves lives.
As of right now, the U.S. is averaging 7 new coronavirus cases a day per 100,000 people. Still to come on live local CBS 3, with a few days before Memorial Day, veterans in Superior came out to remember the soldiers we've lost.
Normal high temp is 67. Today we got into the 40s. Tomorrow may be the 50s. If that trend continues to follow suit here, we could be back towards 70 by Memorial Day. We'll talk about if that's true or not coming up after a break.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Outlast Construction.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health orthopedic surgeon Jefferson Davis talks about treating troublesome feet and ankles, which could involve using a joint or complete reconstruction.
Obviously, we walk every day, and we're on our feet most of the days, most of us are, and a lot of these people have disabling pain that they just can't deal with. Our bodies aren't made to last forever. They wear out, tendons wear out, the tendons that hold up our arches wear out, our feet get flat, some with time. People have sporting injuries, twist their ankle, rupture their ligaments. Those sometimes need to be reconstructed. I see quite a few people for flat foot, progressive flat, and their arches fallen, they're having increasing pain. I see a lot of people for what they call Haglund's deformity, or a bump on their heel that's rubbing on their Achilles tendon and causing a lot of pain in their heel. I also see a lot of people for ligament instability of their ankle.
Dr. Davis says technology has made the procedures he performs much more precise.
They are computer guided in that we take a CT of the ankle before we do the ankle replacement. We send it away and they make specialized jigs that just fit onto that person's anatomy, and that enables us to put pins in exact places, take those jigs off and put on the regular cutting blocks that we cut the bone with, and it cuts it very precisely. It's better than anything when you have a patient that's happy and has had a good result, that there's no replacement for that. So yeah, that's why I do this.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about is not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
I've never been to a birthday party.
What? What?
What?
In Afghanistan, we didn't celebrate birthdays. I don't even know when my birthday is.
It's a whole nation of people who can't consult their horoscope?
Yeah, that's definitely their biggest problem. For my next trick, I will need a volunteer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I see a young man from Afghanistan.
That's me.
A new United States of Al, tonight or stream anytime on CBS.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Duluth Casino.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's take a look at the weather headlines for the Memorial Day weekend coming up ahead. It shows a little bit of cool and a little bit of milder, a little bit of clear, and a little bit of thunder, too. So Friday and Saturday should come up sunny. but a bit cool thanks to Canadian high pressure. Moving in towards Sunday, though, a new low-pressure system could make showers possible, and the back end of that low-pressure system just might deliver a little afternoon thunder on Memorial Day itself. We'll talk about the temperature trends coming up here in just a bit, but first we look at the current temp coming in from the airport in Duluth. It's 42 degrees, far cooler than normal, again, thanks to Canadian air. The relative humidity, 58%. That's helping to knock down that fire danger. It sure bubbled up the other day when we got into the 80s. Now that it's cooler, well, at least the silver lining with that is the fire danger has eased up. The wind, it is easterly 10 miles per hour, and our barometric pressure is 30.29 inches on the high side at the surface, but there is lower pressure aloft. That's why we have the clouds. But precious little rain, the bulk of that has stayed to our south. Current temperatures, only 40 to 44 in the Upper Peninsula. Northern Wisconsin has taken a bit of a dip in the last hour. Now we're only running 39 degrees in Superior. The hot spot seems to be Solon Springs at 45. Minnesota numbers closer to the lake are fairly chilly as well, 37 to 43 from Cloquet to Moose Lake. Upper 30s for much of the North Shore, but the Iron Ranges aren't doing too bad comparatively. We have low 50s for the Mesabi and Vermilion, 53 degrees right now, International Falls. That's warmer air coming from the inland areas that will send our temperatures back towards the 50s tomorrow, which is a step upwards, of course, but do keep in mind upper 60s is where we're supposed to be. So now with the current Doppler map, we've got the higher pressure coming in from Canada. That's what's keeping us on the dry side and the cool side as well, and displacing the bulk of this precipitation down to the south. South of Hayward and Siren, they are getting a little bit of rain, but here we're really only getting the clouds, and those should break loose tomorrow. As higher pressure flexes its muscles and brings back the sun. It'll still be cooler than normal, but at least it'll be sunny for Friday. Then on Saturday, the high more firmly comes into our region, and we go to straight up sunny. There may be a difficult time trying to find a cloud in the sky on Saturday, but by Sunday they become much more common as a new low pressure system comes to call, and that's when we get our next rain chance. It's a 30% chance there on Sunday, and by Monday for Memorial Day, the back end of the low could stir up the atmosphere enough for some thunderstorms, but the morning and noon hour parades should go off all right. Now let's take a look at the forecast tonight in Minnesota. Talk about temperatures that will drop towards 20 inland, 30s for the rest of the state. So that's why we have that freeze warning for Minnesota. And there's also a freeze warning for Wisconsin with lows there in the low 30s. Frost advisory for the UP. Tomorrow, sunshine in the afternoon. High temps get back into the 50s, 53 to 59 for Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. And Minnesota numbers will go 47 to 50 by the lake and maybe 55 to 65 farther inland. But the normal is 67, so we're not there yet. We'll get oh so close on Saturday, 63, and then 65 on Sunday with that shower chance. Memorial Day hits 70, so the warming trend will continue, Ryan. In fact, we could be 73 degrees, perhaps on Tuesday.
That's good news. Love to see a little warm up for us. Thank you, Dave. Northland veterans who have made the ultimate sacrifice are being honored a few days ahead of Memorial Day. In Superior today, volunteers with the Douglas County Veterans Service placed American flags across Greenwood Cemetery. Last year, they placed nearly 5,000 flags to mark this holiday. Also in Superior, the American Legion.
It's for the veterans and those who can't be here with us that gave the ultimate sacrifice.
As is the case every year, many services and ceremonies will be held across the Northland on Memorial Day to remember service members we have lost. Ahead in sports, Game 7 it is. Kelly Hinseth is in with us for the recap of last night's wild thriller next.
Order your 2021 Polaris side-by-side now from Duluth Lawn and Sports. CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the Memorial Sale at Slumberland. Everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge Memorial Sale at Slumberland.
At MediaCom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. MediaCom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready. Our people are powerful. And we won't back down.
Cars is your local complete auto repair service. We have a large selection of tires in stock, on-site inventory, propane fill, and U-Haul rental. We are your certified auto repair center and have curbside pickup available. Call Cars today.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, a recap of Mayor Jim Payne's State of the City address for Superior.
And a look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast as temperatures slowly climb back to normal.
So make sure to tune in starting at 5 a.m.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Incredible savings on Sealy mattresses during our big memorial sale now at Slumberland. Plus, come try any of our 8 memory foam queen mattresses, all for under $9.99. And get free shipping. The huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Is there a better phrase in sports? I implore you to find something better than the words Game 7. And how long have we waited to hear that sound? Hockey fans, XL Energy Center wasn't packed to the brim as in a typical non-pandemic year, but heck, I almost couldn't tell the difference, and neither could the Wild, it seemed. First 2 periods saw a few quality chances from both the Vegas Golden Knights and the Wild, but ultimately this one went into the final frame scoreless. It started with a Ryan Hartman goal, was almost tied up, but a Vegas goal was overturned due to goaltender interference, and the Wild iced it with 2 more. They go to Game 7, winning 3-0.
We're all kids, right? I mean, we're all kids playing a game. You go out there and you have fun, and again, like, we don't know what the result's going to be, but we can control our effort and you know, our desperation, our desire, and hope things work out for the best.
Yeah, I think this is what everyone was dreaming of when they were a kid. Going into a Game 7 is going to be really fun. I mean, this is what everyone wants to do. You want to play important games, and tomorrow we have a really important game, so we for sure is going to be ready for it.
Game 7 tomorrow night. Puck drop is at 8:00 p.m. Well, back in April, Duluth Marshall basketball star Gianna Neepkins was a top 5 finalist for the Minnesota Miss Basketball Award. Now, despite leading the state in scoring by a wide margin, she was not selected for that award. But today, she received a similar honor. Neepkins was named the Gatorade Minnesota Girls Basketball Player of the Year. The Utah commit averaged over 43 points per game in her senior season and led the Hilltoppers to the state tournament for the 2nd consecutive season. She leaves behind an illustrious legacy in Duluth as the Northland's all-time scoring leader. In other local news on the basketball court, Duluth-Denfeld has hired Phil Holmre as their new boys basketball coach. He replaces Mike Debney, who retired at the end of the 2021 season. Holmre played college basketball at Rainy River Community College and later UMD, and his previous coaching experience as an assistant at Lake Superior College and Duluth East. And on the gridiron, a familiar face in the Superior football community has a new gig. Rob Scott, a former assistant with the Spartans varsity program, has been hired as Eau Claire Memorial's new head coach. Scott was the defensive coordinator and associate head coach for Superior this spring. He's also responsible for starting Superior's youth football feeder program, which he's directed for the past 12 years. And coming up in just a few minutes, Game 3 of the Bucks Heat as Milwaukee looks to take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. down at the American Airlines Center. And on the baseball diamond, Padres wrapping up with the Brewers today. Milwaukee wants to steal one back to even up the series. Padres take the lead from the Brewers in the 6th. That changes quickly in the follow-up. Willie Adames gets every bit of this one. It's long gone for the 3-run shot to give the Brewers a 5-3 lead. Manny Machado steps up and goes on to tie this one, sending to extras, but lo and behold, Jackie Bradley laces one to the wall and right. That drives in the winning run, and Milwaukee gets to celebrate the walk-off win. They win 6-5 the final. Ryan Half, we're both from Minnesota, so we're both equally as stoked for the Minnesota Wild, I think.
Yeah, it's actually finally nice to see a Minnesota team somewhat do well in the playoffs. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad someone's here to echo my negative sentiments for Minnesota sports, because Kristen's always like, be positive, but
yeah,
you know what, we're realists.
It's tough.
Here.
I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan. Grew up a Timberwolves fan. They haven't done well since, I mean, they made the playoffs the other year, but, I mean, besides Kevin Garnett back in, like, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But also, I was telling you, somebody buy Eriksson Ek a new shirt. Did you see that shirt on his interview?
You're just ripping on Eriksson. Heck, we just need him to score goals, Ryan.
I had a better shirt in my 3rd grade, like, class photo. That was a bad shirt. He's probably got money, right? He's probably got money.
Joel's going to be coming for the
I don't care. Someone buy him a nice... He's playing well, but somebody please buy him a nice shirt. Somebody help him out.
It's Ryan Half on that quote, not Kelly Inside.
Kelly, thank you so much. We'll see you back here tonight at 10. Speaking of tonight at 10 on the CBS3 News, Superior Mayor Jim Payne delivers his State of the City address, where he's expected to talk about the past year with COVID-19 and look ahead to what comes next for the city and its residents. You can find the full breakdown coming up on the CBS3 News at 10. Turning to the weather, Dave Anderson, how's it going tonight?
Going cold tonight, down into the 20s for a lot of Minnesota towns. So freeze warning for both Minnesota and Wisconsin. Frost advisory for the UP. Then Friday itself becomes sunny again and 55, which is only 12 degrees cooler than normal. We go to sunny and 63 on Saturday. Shower chance will be with us on Sunday. Could turn into a isolated thunder chance on Monday for Memorial Day. Memorial Day, we finally get back into the 70s.
All right, Dave, thank you. We'll see you back here tonight on the CBS3 News at 10.